It's a chance to inspire, uplift, transform a community, and greater yet, build a dream for the future with one incredible sculpture that will soon be standing tall on the corner of 31st Street and Jefferson Avenue in the Southeast Community of Newport News. But behind every piece of art is its creator, and in this case, a pretty remarkable one. As Richard Hunt, the most prominent African American sculptor in America, recently came to town for a chance to introduce himself and showcase his incredible works of art with a brief stop at Heritage High School to talk one-on-one with aspiring art students.
I'm pleased to be here and glad to see all of you here and to talk a little bit about my work. And I'm happy, of course, that later in the spring there'll be a work of mine for you to look at down on Jefferson as part of a new redevelopment effort taking place there. So I'm showing here a series of images of a variety of pieces I've done around the country. This is a piece which is along in St. Joseph, Michigan, where the St. Joseph River runs into Lake Michigan, titled "And You Seas." And it's a piece that's about waves and water and birds and fish, abstractly rendered. But
Richard Hunt's welcome tour was far from over, as the City of Newport News and the Newport News Public Art Foundation proudly welcomed him to a reception at the First Baptist Church East End, which sits right across the street, where crews have been busy getting the site prepped for the anticipation of this yet-to-be-seen monumental sculpture.
It is an honor and a pleasure to be here for this event to welcome Mr. Hunt to the City of Newport News and my home, the Southeast Community. We are very grateful that Mr. Hunt has decided to come and be among us in a place where his magnificent sculpture will serve as an inspiration to our community now and for years to come. I have lived here all of my life, and I am pleased to see such a renowned artist grace us with a piece of fine sculpture to display on our community's most prominent corridor, which is Jefferson Avenue.
And we know that people will come from across the nation to see his work here. And it really lets the citizens know that great things are happening in our City of Newport News.
He was the youngest artist to exhibit in 1962 in Seattle's World's Fair. Mr. Hunt has completed more sculptures than any artist in the country.
We are so extremely pleased and excited about the fact that Richard Hunt is going to have a piece here in Newport News. I mean, he is one of the most prolific, one of the most famous artists in the country, and to have that piece here as a cornerstone of the revitalization of the Jefferson Avenue corridor, I think is not only extremely lucky, but we are fortunate that people have had the foresight to be able to see this as something that's going to be extremely important to this community. You know, the architects and the planners can see in the future, but the everyday person wants to see structures. They want to see concrete being torn up and things happening and buildings going up. And I think this is just a great start for that process.
This is our 14th permanent monumental sculpture that we brought to the City of Newport News, and by far the most important. Richard Hunt is arguably the most famous sculptor in the United States today, and to have a piece of his work in the City of Newport News as part of the Public Art Foundation's collection, well, it was really extraordinary, something that we really didn't know if we could make happen or not. This is not just bringing a piece of abstract metal to the City of Newport News. This is about bringing a piece of art and an artist to the community. And as what has happened today, we've introduced Richard Hunt into the community. Yesterday he was in Heritage High School talking to students. When he comes back in April for the unveiling, we'll have him back in our school system again, together with meeting with folks in the neighborhood. It makes a piece of art come to life. It really makes you look at the piece of art very differently. When you've met the artist, you've listened to the artist talk about his work, it really brings it alive, and it makes it something very much more than just a piece of art.
It's a great pleasure to be back in Newport News and to have met recently your mayor, and of course in the audience the former mayor who we started this project with, and so many others that I've come to know. This has been something that has gone on for a while and started out actually because there were relationships I had with people who are players in this particular project, Chuck Allen and then John Hightower, who I met in the 70s when he was director of the Museum of Modern Art. You know, then Bobby Freeman became a friend, Jeff Stodgio. So, you know, this is just an expansion of it. It's sort of making the circle of friends wider coming to an event like this. And of the many sculptures that I've done, there's a whole range from rather impersonal ones to very personal interactions.
Now, Mr. Hunt's art will be a clear and visible symbol of the transformation that will not only inspire us, but to continue to unite us. His sculpture will be a touchstone, a catalyst for all the great things that are happening here in the Southeast community, and for all the great things yet to come. And Mr. Hunt, I want to especially thank you for coming to Newport News. We are just so happy for the citizens of Newport News for what you're going to bring here to this city. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the reception.